Hi, these comments are for NS, and I am Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and thank you for doing your speaking practice test. You sent it yesterday, today's Friday, and I'm going to listen to it right now. Okay, so let's get. Okay, here's the actual speaking rubrics here. Let me make a little bit more room here. Okay, I think you're doing integrated speaking, right? Okay, here we
Classical
go.
music in cafeteria. So apparently the university is going to broadcast classical music in
Let's go to the beginning again.
So apparently the
There's no need for so and apparently. So you need a little bit better. That's too informal to do it like that.
university is going to broadcast classical music in cafeteria, but the man completely disagrees.
So I would say the reading passage discusses a new policy about playing classical music in the cafeteria, and the speaker in the lecture reacts to that notice, right? So you need a little bit better structure there. And there's no so apparently, right? You don't really need to interact with this information on a personal level. You just need to explain what it is and show what the relationship is between the information in the listening with the information in the reading passage.
First of all, the university said that will create a relaxing atmosphere, but the man says it will distract
So I think you're mixing and matching your verb tenses. Let's listen one more time.
music in cafeteria, but the man completely disagrees. First of all, the university said that will
So you said the university said that,
create a relaxing atmosphere, but the man says it's
but the man says that. So I would just say the university explains or says that. And be careful about using the same reporting verb over and over. You want to show you have good vocabulary. Go over to my TOEFL blog, Better TOEFL Scores, and then in the search box, type in the keywords TOEFL reporting verbs, and you can get a list of some helpful verbs that you can use as you explain information from reading and listening passages.
will distract students from study since they are coming there not only to eat. On top of that,
Since they are what? I had some trouble understanding that.
the man says it will distract students from study since they are coming there not only to eat. On top of that, the university says that it's
Since they're coming there not only to eat, but also to study.
will create the atmosphere where the students can talk to each other instead of staying on their devices. But the man disagrees. He says that most of the students don't like classical music.
Yeah, notice you use a lot this the man says, but the speaker contends, argues, believes, explains, asserts. So use a variety of reporting verbs to explain your information so you don't seem like you have limited vocabulary use.
And since these changes will be made, they're more likely to play their own music to block the classical music. Overall, you can easily see that the man completely disagree with this idea, and he doesn't like the changes that coming to university.
Okay, and then you kind of get to the end and you get lower and lower in your volume. It's even hard to hear that. So be careful. Your delivery, I don't think, was very strong, and you have some limitations with your vocabulary and also your uh, grammar there. So looking at the rubrics here, I'm thinking probably I'm going to say 2.5 out of 4. I'm going to say you're looking at probably 17 to 18 points out of 30 on this practice test. And one thing you can work on, I think would be helpful. See if you can develop a little bit better organization of ideas. And the way you can do that is you can even go to Google to do this. type in the keywords TOEFL integrated speaking strategies. Look for the lesson at better TOEFL scores and go over the structure for integrated task number 2, 3, and 4. So you have a little bit better organization there. Okay? Thank you. Now, if you're interested, maybe not. I do have availability this week for TOEFL private lessons. I would tell you what they are right now. Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. So I have those two different availability slots there. So again, Monday at 7:30 a.m. and Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. for 1-hour lessons. If you ever choose to do lessons, I think it's important for you to get your pronunciation more native speaker like, and that in and of itself will probably take me about 1 or 2 months of maybe meeting a couple of times a week. It'll probably take a couple of months, between 4 to 8 weeks, to get your pronunciation where it's much clearer. You're varying your tone more. You have better thought groups and blending, and you're doing better with the vowel and the consonant sounds of American English. Okay? And thank you for doing this practice test.